What's going on, guys? I'm Andrew, and this is Movie Source. Today we're going to be doing our review for Dune. So this film is directed by Denis Villeneuve. I've been practicing on a lot. I probably still butchered it. And also disclaimer, I'm probably going to butcher some names in here. I apologize. It's not intentional. It might be, maybe, I don't know. You guys decide. But if you do want to correct me in the comment section and blast me, go ahead. I welcome it. So, really quickly before we get into this review, I'm going to mention that my father has seen Dune 1984, David Lynch's Dune 1984 with starring Kyle MacLachlan several times. And I've always seen it kind of in the background. I've never actually watched it. I always did remember seeing the Baron on there and saying, wow, that guy looks hideously misfigured. And I always thought, okay, looks kind of interesting, but nah, not my kind of film. I mean, not judging it, but I don't know. I don't really want to get into it, but this was my first introduction to the whole world of Dune and just in general, and I gotta say, Denis Villeneuve, he just really encapsulated and just really understood how to get, especially a newbie like me. I'm sure people who are into Dune are probably going to be into it as well. Don't want to speak for everyone, but I really was encapsulated by this film. I loved it. The world building and just the world in general of Dune on Arrakis, I loved it. The scope, the cinematography. It was just really an incredible thing to watch, and I really am going to tell you guys, I know a lot of you are going to watch it on HBO Max for the first time. If you really can, I really hope you can go see it out in theaters. And by the way, I just want to make a quick shout out. Thank you to Greg Alba and John Humphrey of The Real Rejects. I really appreciate the invite as always. Thank you guys. Love you guys. But getting back to the review, you got to see this film in theaters. It was really meant for a cinematic experience. Now I really get where Denis Villeneuve was coming from when he got pissed at Warner Brothers for, doing the, on top of obviously the money that they're going to lose on HBO Max in the box office. I get where he was coming from, where he was a little bit upset, or not a little bit, where he was really pissed off that they're going to be releasing it on HBO Max the exact same day that they're going to be releasing it in theaters. And again, with some films, with the pandemic, I really get it, but with this film, it's really meant to be seen on the big screen. I really advise you guys, if you get a chance and you can, please see this on the big screen. I was really debating whether I should. I really wasn't going to actually watch this film, to be honest with you, in the first place, but when Greg invited me and I told my dad, I was like, all right, I guess I'm going to go see it. But if I was going to watch it, because I did want to watch, I mean, if I was going to watch it, I was going to watch it so I could review it for you guys. I was planning on doing it on HBO Max, but I'm so glad I saw this film in theaters. It's meant to be seen in cinema. I mean, I might even go see it again. It was that encapsulating to see it on the big screen. And like I said, the world, the cinematography, and also to Hans Zimmer's score. This is one of my favorite. I would probably say my favorite Hans Zimmer score, probably The Lion King and Man of Steel. I'm probably missing some other ones of his that I really dug and loved, but those are probably my two favorites. And Thin Red Line, love that one. It's one of my favorites as well. Those are probably my three favorite Hans Zimmer scores. Well, those three can move over and add this one to the list because I freaking love the score to this film. It really had a lot. It really had a lot of feeling to Blade Runner and Blade Runner 2049. And I know Denis Villeneuve directed that film as well. But and I don't think Hans Zimmer did the score for Blade Runner 2049. If he did, I apologize. Correct me in the comments section. But it really had the feel and the music of that, which I loved. And obviously Hans Zimmer did his own thing, but high praise to Hans Zimmer. I really hope he gets some kind of an Academy Award. And also, too, speaking of Academy Awards, I really hope this film gets recognized by the Academy for the cinematography. Just unbelievable. It's one of the most gorgeous films I've ever seen on the big screen. It's just, again, that's why I keep harping to you guys, you really got to see this film on the big screen. It's that beautiful to look at. When we're on Arrakis and we get that whole view of the desert and the sand and seeing in Dune, it's just really a beautiful, wonderful thing to look at. And I kept on thinking, looking at the screen, it's just amazing how they were just able to capture this beautiful view of the desert and just make it feel like this other world and another planet on Arrakis. It really was organic and felt amazing, and I just couldn't believe how incredible it was. And yeah, and getting into the characters too, I love the characters in this film. And again, like I mentioned earlier, I haven't seen Dune 1984. I'm actually now, because I love this movie so much, and again, this film is just part one. Hopefully this film does really well, because that's what Denis Villeneuve said that would have to happen for there to be a part two. I'm really hoping, because I want to see part two so bad. I really do now want to watch Dune 1984. I know some people have said it's not the greatest film. I know David Lynch doesn't even like that film, but my dad's obsessed with it, and a few other people I have talked to did like it, but I kind of want to see it now just because I'm so engulfed into the world now and so encapsulated by it, so I'm really into this now, but yeah, I really love the characters in this. There's a lot of deep characters, and I love, even though we only got to part one, we're only kind of halfway of the story that we got in the 1984 film. I really thought the characters were really deep and complex, and I love a lot of the arcs. I really loved Timothy Chalamet, however you say his name again, butchering names. Let's call him Willy Wonka because that's who he's playing next. I really love his character of Paul. I really thought he had a really good presence to him, and it just thought he did an amazing job encapsulating this character, and I just thought he did just such an incredible job. Even though it's only halfway through, I thought his arc throughout the film was really incredible, and the way he has to take action throughout the film, really good job. This guy is just such an incredible actor. I hadn't really seen any of his other films or TV shows or anything he's done in the past, but I'm a fan now of this guy. He's really, like I say, he's got a calming and good presence to him on the big screen, and just a really terrific actor. Really loved Oscar Isaac as well as the Duke Atreides. He was great. And I love the father-son bond between him and Paul, Timothy's character. It really, again, just having that feel between them and the family history. I just really found myself like just digging and just like really, feeling that vibe between them, and just really appreciating that, and just thought they had a good family history between them, and just really, and a good chemistry as well, and I just really dug their scenes as well. Also, Rebecca Ferguson as Lady Jessica, I believe it was. Yes, Lady Jessica. She was fantastic. Loved her as well. I've taken notice of her since Mission Impossible. I mean, not only is she gorgeous, she's just a wonderful actress, and just again the emotion that she emotes in her face, and again playing the mother, just the way you could tell how much she cares about her son, and just springing him into action, and just the way she's teaching him how to do things. It's really impressive to watch, and I really love this character. It was really cool. It's interesting too how she's only 12 years older than Timothy in real life, but I did forget to mention too that Hans Zimmer, as I mentioned, that he composed this. He actually turned down Christopher Nolan for Tenet so he could compose this film. So if we do an Easter eggs video, I will mention that in this. I'm kind of debating if we're going to do that for this video. I'd have to rewatch the film and also rewatch the 84 film so I could kind of find where the Easter eggs are in that. But possible we might do that. I'm kind of thinking about it. We'll see. But again, Rebecca Ferguson, she did fantastic. I really enjoyed Josh Brolin. He wasn't in the film a ton, but the scenes he was in, he really ate up the screen, did a great job. It's so funny now. Anytime I hear his voice, I just think Thanos. And there's a lot of actors in this who are in Marvel films. We got Dave Bautista, Josh Brolin, Oscar Isaac, who's now, I believe it's Moon Knight he's playing. So there are a lot of characters. Stellan Skarsgård is the Baron in this, and obviously he was in Thor. So there's a lot of characters in this, or actors in this movie, who are in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So I thought that was really cool. A lot of Marvel Cinematic Universe vibes in this, at least represented from an actor's perspective. But yeah, this film is just like I said. It's absolutely incredible. And even speaking of Stellan Skarsgård, I really thought he had a menacing presence to him as the Baron. I just really enjoyed his performance. Really cool. And again, just the whole story in general, I really thought it was interesting. Again, being someone who's not really familiar at all with Dune, I didn't read the books, I didn't see the 84 film, so I really just walked in this cold turkey. I didn't even see the trailers. I really found, I mean, the first 10-15 minutes I was a little bit like, what the heck is going on? Okay, I get their the spice, they're mining for spice, which is, it gives them long life, and it gives them better thought process, or helps them think better, and the whole thing of bending space and light travel and all that. Like, I got that, but I was still a little bit like, this is a lot of characters, this is a lot to take in. And I'm sure when I rewatch it again another time, it's going to be a lot easier for me to take in as well. Kind of same thing happened with Lord of the Rings, although I think that one's a little bit easier to follow. But having said that, getting back to this, I found myself so engulfed into this world, and the story is just so incredible and so amazing to watch. I just really loved and dug it. And I just want to like rewatch it right now. I wish I could go back to the theater and watch it right now. So I'm really debating about whether I want to see it again on HBO Max tomorrow night, or if I just want to go back to the theater. I'm definitely going to see it in the theater again. That's why I'm telling you guys, you got to see this movie in theater. It was meant to be seen in theater. I hear you, Denis Villeneuve. I feel you. It was meant to be seen in theater. So in theaters rather, but yeah, just I really love the storyline in this, and I know we're only part one, halfway through the storyline, but it's just a really amazing story. And if you've seen the Dune 1984, my father he didn't spoil the film, but he did tell me if you've seen 84, a lot there are some changes that they made, but a lot of it, what happens in the 84 film, happens here. And but he said, of course, it's only halfway done, so if you have seen the 84 film, you've seen a lot of what's going to happen, but he said this new one is absolutely incredible and kind of blows the other one out of the water, even though he still loves that one. But yeah, this film was just absolutely incredible, and also we got to talk a little bit about the visual effects. Just amazing what they were able to do. I told you the cinematography in this film is just absolutely gorgeous. The sandworms in this film, just again, just really menacing and scary. And even though you know that some of the main characters, especially Paul, like probably they have to be alive for the part two, you still feel like in the moment, like things are like scary times are happening, and that the characters are still in peril and danger. So I thought Denis Villeneuve did a really good job just making those characters, even though we know some of them are going to survive, still making them feel like, you know, in the moment that they could die in the moment. But I just really love the sandworms, the design of them, the way they move through the sand, and how they have trackers and stuff like that, and you can also signal for them, and the way you have to make special moves to avoid them. Just a lot of cool and interesting stuff. Oh, I forgot to also mention as well, one of the characters played by Jason Momoa, Duncan. He's probably one of my favorite characters in this movie. I really love Jason Momoa in this film. He just gives an absolute incredible performance, and I love the relationship between Duncan and Paul. Like, you can tell how much they care for each other. Really love the history between the two characters, and I love how much chemistry that Timothy and Jason have as well on screen together, and it's just really good. They have a really good back and forth dynamic between them, and like I said, Duncan is just such a cool hand-to-hand combat swordsman in this film, and just I really love that character. Really love Jason Momoa. Just killed it in this film. Really great performance. He's not just Aquaman, people. He can do more. And Conan, I know, and Game of Thrones. But I really did also dig the whole vibe in this film of you know, the whole Star Wars, Game of Thrones type vibe. It really actually blended well. And Denis Villeneuve, just absolutely incredible. And you know, there's not much more I can say, and other than, you know, the action in this was, you know, I'll definitely prepare you for this, guys. It's definitely a slow-paced type of film, which I didn't mind because the characters are so immersive and so interesting that it didn't bother me. Some of the slow pace. It kind of reminded me a little of Alien in terms of the characters are so interesting that the slow pace doesn't bother me because the storyline and the characters are just you know, the pacing is so well with it. It's not a big deal. But when the action does pick up, you're so invested in these characters that it was worth it for the slow burn that we did get leading up to the action. So, like I said, guys, as you can tell, I hate this movie. I love this movie. It was phenomenal. It was great. I can't wait to see it again. I can't wait to see Dune 1984 now make my comparisons. I'm actually glad I didn't watch Dune 1984 before this, because now I had nothing to compare it to. And now I'm going to get to see Dune 1984, and I can't wait to see this one again. I hope you guys really enjoy it, and let us know in the comment section, are you looking forward to this? If you have seen it, what did you like most about this? I guess when you have seen it, you can put spoilers below. That's fine, because most people can watch it at their home now on HBO Max, but I really, again, highly advise you guys to see it in theaters. So, well, that's going to do it for this video. If you did enjoy it, hit the like button. We'd really appreciate it. I am going to try and do an Easter eggs video. It's not a guarantee, but I'm going to try. If I do watch the Dune 1984 film, which I probably am, I'm going to try and do a review of that one as well, so be on the lookout. If you don't want to miss it, hit the subscribe button, and until then, see you guys next time.